And good morning, everyone, from the Ken Scarce Memorial Studios here at Doc Romero Park here in Las Vegas, Nevada, alongside Dr. Joel Tremblay. Rich Siegel with you. We are about to start Game 2 in the Women's D Plus Division in the 18th Annual Sin City Classic here in Las Vegas. Our game will pit the New York City Hustle from the Big Apple League in New York against the Vida Locas from Yakima, Washington. It's an unaffiliated team, but allowed to play in this tournament. And the first batter is Hannah Sconey, and she lifts one into left center field for a base hit, for an out, and that's how the game begins.
If the Vida Locas look familiar to you, that's because they were in our last broadcast. They were the visiting team in that game, and they ended in a tie. They are the home team for this game.
Joanna Moore will be the batter. The pitcher for the Vida Locas, as I look to the previous game that I scored, it is Sonny Joe, number 13. The catcher is number 3, Josetta Sajan. The count is 2 balls and a strike. And there is a fly ball hit in the center field. Coming on is the left center fielder. She does not make the catch. It'll be at least a double. Moore around second, on her way to third. She rounds third and will hold.
Rich, it looked to me like the fielder actually thought that she had caught the ball, and I think she thought she had snow coned it, and then it went over the top of her glove and into center field.
And the first pitch to,
I believe that's Jessica Roman, the number 3 hitter.
Jessica Roman, number 3, or rather number 20. There is a fly ball hit out into left field. A runner is tagging at third base. The catch is made in fair territory. It goes a sacrifice fly and an RBI, and New York City grabs an early 1-0 lead.
Our home plate umpire is George Tedesco from Oklahoma.
Christina Polizzi will be the batter. She's the cleanup batter, plays first base, bats from the right side. And the first pitch to her is, well, I don't know if he made the strike call or whatever he made, but I'm thinking that was a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody on. 1 run in the inning. And that pitch is a ball, low, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the next one is deep, and ball 4 and a walk. Here is Kawashima. Looks like we may have a courtesy runner. Yes, we will. It'll be Hannah Sconey, the leadoff batter. She's coming in to run for Polizzi. And the first pitch to the next batter, and again, this is Kawashima, and that is a strike call. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 run in the inning, and a runner at first base with 2 out. Amy waiting for the next delivery, and there it is, and she swings, and she lines one to the third bird. On one hop to the third baseman. They'll get a force at second base, and the inning is over. A run does come across, though, for the New York City Hustle from the Big Apple League. We go to the bottom of the first. Our score is the New York City Hustle 1, and the Vida Locas coming to bat here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we'll take this half inning to tell you about one of our sponsors, and that sponsor is Gypsy. Gypsy is back. The iconic, legendary Las Vegas queer space has returned. With more than $4 million in improvements, the Gypsy is back and better than ever. A blend of nostalgia and modern luxury, Gypsy will soon become your go-to spot for all things thrilling about the Las Vegas queer scene. Visit gypsylasvegas.com. That's gypsylasvegas.com, all spelled out, and Gypsy is G-I-P-S-Y. We'll also remind you that if you are watching this game, please tag your favorite players. Let them know that you're watching. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for, and let us know if you have any shout-outs. We like to have our audience participate in the games and help us make sure everybody knows that these players are playing some competitive softball out here at the Sin City Classic. And defensively in that top half of the first, the Vida Locas looked pretty much like they did in the first game that we watched. However, the lineup has changed. They've sort of flipped it, making the number 7 batter, Nikki Sisor, the leadoff hitter, and then kind of rolling down through the lineup with the bottom of the order being now the top and the top being the bottom of the order, which, looking at the scorebook from the first game, makes a little bit of sense. There were a lot of strikeouts and flyouts from the 2, 3, 4 hitters, and that's not what you want from your lineup.
Not at all. It'll be Nikki Sisor to lead things off for her team in the bottom of the first. She'll be followed by Lacey Von Komen and Josetta Sajan. New York City with the early 1-0 lead. And the pitcher for the New York City Hustle is Anna Marie De Quesada. Her catcher, her battery mate, is Keisha Hall. And just about done with their warm-up tosses, and we're about to play here in the bottom of the first inning.
And George Tedasco calls for a batter, and here we go.
In that first game, Sisor was on base twice and scored twice, and that pitch is very high for a ball. The next one is a ball.
The balls are supposed to be 6 feet high, but no higher than 12 feet. I think those might be coming in a little bit high.
Nikki getting encouragement from her dugout. Swings at this pitch, and she hits one foul. And again, as we'll remind you frequently, there is no courtesy foul this year. The next one is outside, ball 4.
Did not miss by much, but good eye from Chisholm.
And that'll bring up Lacey Von Komen. Lacey plays first base. Stands in from the right side. And where's number 8? And she swings and misses for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next one is a ball 2.
Van Komen with a walk and a fielder's choice in that first game.
And the next one, illegal, and a ball 3. The free 2. And that pitch is ball 4, and another walk. Back-to-back walks here to the first 2 batters here in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring up Josetta Sajan, the catcher, with Sunny Joe, the pitcher, in the on-deck circle. And the first pitch to Sajan. She swings and she hits a grounder to third, underneath the third baseman's glove, off the shortstop's glove, and on into shallow left field for a hit. This will bring in a run. Nikki Sisor scores. She just kept running the ball under the third baseman's glove. The shortstop, ranging to her right, deflected the ball into shallow left center field, and that gave Sisor all she needed, the space that she needed to come across and score the first run of the game for Yakima. The Vida Locas are tied at 1. And this is Sonny Joe, the pitcher. On the play, by the way, Von Komen held at second. So 2 on, nobody out. The next delivery, she swings and she lifts one in the air to right field. Right fielder comes over. The ball drops in front of her for a hit. There will be no attempt to stop. Yeah, there will be an attempt to score, and she'll come in safe. Lacey Von Komen scores the second run of the ball game. She stopped temporarily at third base, and the ball came into the first baseman, who bobbled it, and that gave Von Komen the opportunity to come across and score. On the play, Sajan held second. It's runners at first and second with nobody out for Martina Rivera, the right fielder.
And so far, the lineup shakeup has worked out quite well for the Vita Locas.
Boy, it sure has. And the first pitch is puts after a high pitch, he hits a slow roller to short. There'll be a play at second, and the runner is out. Sajan to third. The runner for Sonny Joe is out at second. That'll be the first out of the inning. The play goes 5-4. Rivera is safe at first base, and the batter is Ricky Whipple. And the first toss to her is illegal for a ball.
Whipple in that first game led off the game with a walk and then had a fly out to left center field and got on base on a single but was erased on a fielder's choice.
The next one swung on and bounced off the pitcher's glove and on into center field for a base hit, and another run scores. Nos Ginn, who was the courtesy runner, scores, and it's 3-1.
And it looks like the Hustle are actually playing with a rover, so there's a fielder out there not far behind second base, and she almost had a play if she had been able to come up with the ball cleanly, but bobbled it, and that let the runner get into second safely.
Here is Maria Lagarda. She takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That sort of play is exactly why you put a rover out there, to see if you can get an extra out on a ball that's into short center field and to help with pop flies.
Here's a swing and a ground ball in the hole between third and short and on into the left field for a base hit. Another run will score. There'll be a throw. It's come back to the cutoff person. They have a runner held up now between second and third, and they'll tag the runner out trying to get back to second, but a run does score. Martina Rivera comes across and scores the 4th run of the game for the Vita Locas. Ricky Whipple is out at second base. Maria Lagarda will get credit for a single and an RBI, and that'll bring up Jenna Fordham. And Jenna Fordham takes a pitch deep for a ball. Jenna plays third base, bats from the right side, and the next pitch to her is swung on and line foul down the left field line. And the count is now 2-2.
You can hear the first base coach saying, wait on it. That's the second or third ball she's hit hard foul down the left field line. If she can straighten that out, she could probably get an extra base hit easily down that line.
With the count of 2-2 and a runner at first base, Fordham swings and she hits one to third base. It takes a hop into the third baseman's glove, but then out of the glove and on into foul territory. It'll go as a single.
Hard hit ball, good play by the third base person just to keep it on the infield there. Could have bounced into the outfield and maybe scored a run. So
Nos Ginn will be the batter. Delivery. Ball 2.
Nos with 3 fly balls in that first game.
And she takes a strike. The 3-2 delivery is swung on and hit up the middle and on into the second baseman. She backhands the ball. She throws to get the runner coming in at second, but she's not able to, as the ball was just to the outside stretch of the second baseman. So the bases will be loaded. Nevada Von Komen will be the batter. We've almost reached the entire order here. We're one away from their having batted around. And the first pitch to Nevada is a ball. I have one out. Is that what you have?
I have two. There was a fielder's choice on Sonny Joe, and then Ricky Whipple was caught in a rundown.
And that pitch is outside. Nevada Von Komen takes a strike called. It's a count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. She swings and she hits a ground ball to first. First baseman will throw to the pitcher covering, and the inning is over. 4 runs came across for the Vita Locas here in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second, and our score is now the Vita Locas 4, the New York City Hustle 1 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And if you are enjoying our broadcast on the Sin City Facebook or Sin City YouTube pages, please tag your friends, let them know that they can watch this competitive and exciting softball game here in the Women's D+ division at the Sin City Classic. Again, we're at Doc Romeo Field, and we love to hear from our audience.
When play resumes, it'll be batters 6, 7, and 8. The pitcher for the Vita Locas is Sonny Joe. She surrendered 1 run in the top of the first and is waiting for play to begin here in the top of the second.
It does feel like it's getting a little warmer as the sun stays up in this cloudless sky and the day gets a little bit further and later.
All right, we're ready to play here in the second inning. Claire Allen, the third baseman, is the leadoff batter. She swings and she hits one to short, bobbled by the shortstop. She recovers and throws, and in time.
And just another example of the solid D by these Vita Locas. A lot of teams, you would see that ball get not played immediately or not picked up immediately, drop ball, can't get it back together, can't make that distance of a throw, and that shortstop is great.
That'll bring up Lynn San Pedro. Lynn plays shortstop. That's from the right side. And the pitch. Swung on, and that is lined up the middle and on into center field for a base hit. So a 1-out base runner for the New York City Hustle, and Rose San Pedro, the right center fielder, will bat next. Keisha Hall moves into the on-deck circle for New York, but Rose San Pedro takes the first pitch and hits one in the air to center field, and that ball drops in for a hit. It'll be runners at first and second. Here's Keisha Hall, the catcher. Where's number 5? Also bats from the right side.
Yeah, Rich, I always wonder when I see two people with the same last name, whether they're sisters or whether they're married. I would say when we started doing softball 20 years ago before same-sex marriage, you assumed they were sisters, but now a lot of these women are probably married.
There's a pitch on the plate. Looks like the count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Keisha Hall. And the next delivery, she swings and hits one behind the plate, and that bounces for A foul ball. Now it's 3-2. Three and two. Here's the pitch. Here's a bouncer back to the pitcher. They'll throw to the second base, to the shortstop rather. The ball is dropped. This is going to let a run come in. It would, and the runner is out. She didn't slide.
So that was an out at home. Eventually, after the bobble trying to get the out at second, I believe it was the second base person throwing home for the out, and so De Quesada is safe at first, and I think it's Rose San Pedro is on third now, with Lynn San Pedro being the runner who's out.
All right, here is Anne-Marie De Quesada. She's the last batter in the batting order. She bats from the right side, and where's number 4?
Yes, I'm sorry, that's Keisha Hall at first.
Pitch is too high.
So after that play, it's 2 down, and nobody's scored yet so far for the Hustle.
Here's a strike called. Runners at first and third. 2 outs in the inning, and that pitch is a ball. Ball 4. So we'll go back to the top of the order. Hannah Sconey, the batter. She flied to left center field in the first inning. There are 2 outs, and the bases are loaded for New York. And she swings and hits one into left field for a base hit. A run will score as Rose San Pedro scores the second run of the ball game for the New York team. On the play, Keisha Hall the third, and Marie De Quesada at second, and Sconey at first on the single. And I'll bring up Joanna Moore, who tripled and scored in the first inning, and she can cut into this deficit a little more. She swings and goes up the middle and on into center field for a hit. Hall scores. Everybody else moves up a base, and it's 4-3. A Roman will be the batter. And the first pitch is a ball, ball 2. Our next game, the Baby Crushers from Santa Ana, and the Eye hit that, the team we saw in the first game. We'll see them in the third game this morning. Or by that time this afternoon. Strike called. There's a swing and a slow roller hit to the second baseman. A run will score. They throw to the pitcher covering at first base. The ball gets by her. There'll be another run scoring. And it's now 5-4 for New York.
Perfectly placed ball. There was no way anybody was hit so slowly. Nobody could get there. The pitcher did a good job of trying to get over there to first to cover, but just didn't have time to field the ball and hit the bag.
Christina Polisi will be the batter. Walked in the first inning. It's a 4-run innings thus far. And that has given New York the lead. And the pitch to Polisi is swung on and hit into left field. Ranging over to her right side to make the catch is Nikki Cizior, and that ends the inning. But it was a good inning for the Hustle. They score 4 times, and we go to the bottom of the second. The new score now is the New York City Hustle 5 and the Vida Locas from Yakima 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
Do you know Spanish? I know enough. Hola, ladies. ¿Qué hacer esta noche?
Pues no sé. We just got here. It's our first time.
Hola, ¿dónde ir hoy, señoritas?
We don't know. We just got here. It's our first time.
All right, we are at play here in the bottom of the second inning. The last batter in the batting order for the Vida Locas is Danielle Echeverria, and Danielle will be the leadoff batter, the second baseman. She was the only one in her team's lineup that did not bat in the first inning when the Vida Locas scored 4 times, but they now trail as the New York City Hustle scored 4 times in the top of the second. And that's where we are. 5-4 for New York over Yakima. This is the women's D+ division. Seen some slick fielding in this ball game, as we did in the first ball game. And there is a ground ball hit underneath the second. Oh, to the second baseman. She throws to first. First baseman stretches. I can't see the ball. I'm waiting for the umpire's call. Apparently, he hasn't made a call yet. Apparently the runner is out.
So a nice play all the way around. The second base person had to get down, get that ball off the ground. We thought it might go through. It didn't. Went over to first. The first base person looked like they had it on the stretch, may have dropped it. I think that was the question. Kept a hand on the bag even when they had the glove with the other ball. But in the end, I think, if there was a bobble, the Blue didn't see it, and I certainly couldn't tell if it was for sure, and called the player out.
We were completely blocked. Here is the top of the order. Nikki Cizior hits a ground ball underneath the shortstop's glove, fielded by the middle fielder, but there will be no play. Cizior reaches again.
And that's the kind of play where you can get a more sure call when you have 2 umpires out there, because the player was between the ball and us. We really couldn't see it that well, but if you have somebody over there who's hovering between first and second, they're going to have a better angle on that call.
Lacey Von Komen will be the batter. A swing and a miss.
And in case anybody's wondering, we cannot use our instant replay film for the Blue to make a different call. There is no VAR or replay.
Slow roller back to the pitcher, fielded by the pitcher, and she throws to second base and out. 1-4 on the putout.
Another good play with the glove by the second base person there. That is, I think, Jasenia Roman out there.
Josetta Esjan will be the batter. Scored in the first inning, and she lines one foul to the left side. One hops to the fence. Left fielder comes over in foul territory to get the ball back in. And it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that was an inside pitch that got sent foul territory. Let's see if she puts another one on the inside corner.
That pitch is inside.
I think that pitcher was trying to make the same thing happen for an out.
2-2. Swung on and fouled onto the left side, and the batter is out on the foul ball, and that is the third out of the inning, and a scoreless second inning for Vida Locas. We go to the top of the third. New York City Hustle 5, and the Vida Locas 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And Rich, you mentioned that the Hustle had taken the lead in the first half of that inning. After our game last night where we had half an inning erased because the home team didn't make it up, I almost feel like nothing's official until the inning is over.
Correct. As we start the top of the third, it'll be Amy Kawashima, the right fielder, to lead things off for the New York team.
And if you could do us a favor, as Rich said, our next game is going to be the Baby Crushers from Santa Ana versus the I'd Hit That from Seattle, who played in our first game. If you know folks on those teams, let them know that their game is going to be covered so that their friends and family can be watching as well on the Sin City Classic Facebook and YouTube pages.
All right, number 32, again, Amy Kawashima will be the leadoff batter. Plays right field. And the first pitch about to be delivered here in the top of the third. And here it comes, and there's a ground ball hit, or a fly ball hit on in the left field. It drops in for a leadoff single. Her teammates encouraging her to just run and not to look at the ball. Good sound advice. That'll bring up Claire Allen. She grounded out to the shortstop here in the second inning. Asks for time, gets it, manicures the batter's box, and hits a ground ball to the shortstop. She'll run to second base to get the out there, over to first, and not in time. The ball gets by the first baseman, rolls to the dugout, but not in the dugout, and so the runner will be on first base with one out. 6 unassisted on that putout.
And very close to that double play. Just needed that sort of be a little better. Not always a tough decision to know whether to flip to second or take it on your own.
Lynn San Pedro goes after the first pitch and lines one in the left field for a base hit. They'll try to get the runner coming into second. They might have had her, but the ball gets by the second baseman. It's backed up by the first baseman. And the runners will stay at first and second. So it's a single for Lynn San Pedro, bringing up Rose San Pedro, who singled and scored in the second inning. She scored her team's first run in that inning, in which they scored 4. We have runners at first and second with one out. And there's another pitch for a ball. Allen at second, Lynn San Pedro at first. Here's the next one to Rose San Pedro. And it's a walk, and the bases are loaded. Keisha Hall, the batter, scored in the second inning. We have one out here in the top of the third inning, and every base is filled with a player from New York. And the first pitch is inside, it looks like, for a ball, ball 2. SUNY Joe thought that was a strike. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss.
Our production team getting into the game, if you can hear them over there.
2-2.
Very exciting games this morning.
And the next one, inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes, a full count.
Not as many strikeouts in this game, Rich. I think I only have 1 for the whole game, whereas by this point in the first game, there had been about 5 strikeouts, mostly on foul balls.
Yes. And that pitch is outside. It's a walk and another run. Claire Allen will come across to score. Lynn San Pedro to third, Rose San Pedro to second, and on to first is Keisha Hall. The bases are loaded. It is now 6-4.
Always stressful to pitch with the bases loaded, a full count. I think she just tried to guide that one a little too much.
That first pitch to Anne-Marie de Quesada is an illegal pitch, so it's ball 2.
Wise to take a little walk around the mound, take a breath.
And that pitch is a strike call, 2-2. And that pitch is low. Hit the plate, it sounded like. Ball 3-2. Suni Joe tries to avoid having this runner reach. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And it's another ball. And another run as Lynn San Pedro will come across the score. Rose to third, Keisha Hall to second, and on at first with another walk. It's the second time that Anne-Marie De Quesada walked. We go back to the top of the order, and here is Hannah Sconey.
Sunny Joe, the pitcher, just threw her pitching mask over to the coach, who took it in the dugout. Not sure why that would have been the issue, but if it helps. I find when I wear a mask pitching, where it's the only thing really that you lose is a little bit of sight defensively when the bar on the mask comes across your face. The rest of it doesn't really affect.
Ball 2, strike 1. There is a fly ball pop up in the shallow right center field. Right center fielder playing perfectly, makes the catch. That might have been the middle fielder, and that is the second out in the inning. Two out now for Joanna Moore, who has tripled and scored, singled as well. It's the third inning, and she's batting for the third time. And she swings and hits one in the air to shallow left center field. Coming over to make the catch is the left fielder. The inning is over, and the bases remain loaded. But 2 runs did score for New York City here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Our new score, the New York City Hustle 7. The Vida Locas of Yakima 4 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we're going to take one more opportunity to tell you about our wonderful sponsor for the Sin City Classic and Cloud Sports Network, Gypsy. Gypsy is back. The iconic, legendary Las Vegas queer space has returned. With more than $4 million in improvements, the Gypsy is back and better than ever. A blend of nostalgia and modern luxury, Gypsy will soon become your go-to spot for all things thrilling about the Las Vegas queer scene. Visit gypsylasvegas.com. That's Gypsy, G-I-P-S-Y, Las Vegas, all spelled out, .com for more information. And Rich, you had mentioned whether that was an outfield or infielder on that catch, the second last one. It looks like the Vida Loca were playing their right fielder in short. It wasn't so straight up behind second base as some of the Rovers are, but definitely was playing a shorter right center field and a little bit of that Rover action. Maybe trying to get some outs at second.
So their team, the Vida Locas, as he was just alluding to, will bat here on the bottom of the third, trailing by 3. So our fearless leader, Roman Jimenez, has just told us there are 11 minutes left in this game. And again, as a pool play game, this can end in a tie. So there won't be any question of a tiebreak or anything like that. We'll just play out the clock here. All right, the leadoff batter is Suni Joe, and she hits one to the second baseman on one hop, and there's one out here in the bottom of the third. Another nice play out there by Jasenia Roman at second. Martina Rivera will bat next. The first pitch to her. Strike called. Rivera reached on a fielder's choice and would eventually score in the first inning. She lets one into left field. Chases the left fielder, rolling to the foul line. And it's an out. Nice catch out there by the left fielder, Joanna Moore. Was a high pitch, just had a little too much air on that one. I still didn't think the left fielder was going to make it over there, but she really hustled to that ball. Ricky Whipple, the batter. Excuse me. There's a pitch for a strike called. 1-2 the count and the pitch. Swung on and lined into left center field, and that ball is over the left center fielder or the middle fielder. Nevertheless, whoever tried to field it did not. This is going to be a triple. Yeah, it looked like the left center fielder was kind of playing a little short, misread it a little bit, got over her head. The right center fielder quickly over to cut it off and keep that from being an inside the park home run, and then relayed in to hold the runner at third. So Whipple on third. Here is Maria Lagarde. with 2 outs and a runner at third base. And the first pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the next one is outside, but she goes after it anyway and hits a 1-hopper to third. Third baseman to first, and the ball gets by the first baseman, and a run scores. It'll be an error. Ricky Whipple does score the first run of the inning. And on the play, Lagarda to second, where she is with 2 out, and the batter, Jenna Fordham. Jenna Fordham singled in the first inning. First pitch is a ball. The pitch is swung on and hit between third and short on into left field for a hit. A run will score. Will there be a play? No, there will be no play. And Maria Lagarda scores. Gets her team closer. It's now 7-6 on the base hit by Jenna Fordham. And that'll bring up Noss Ginn. And the first pitch to her is very high for a ball, 2-1. Would you call it a strike?
I believe he did call it a strike.
That pitch is illegal. Ball 2, 2-2. And that pitch is hit in the air in the shallow left field. The shortstop gets chased, and she makes the catch. That's the third out of the inning, but 2 more runs did score for the Vita Locas. And we go to the top of the fourth, and our new score is now the New York City Hustle 7 and the Vita Locas 6 on the Cloud Sports Network.
So another exciting game as we head to the fourth, separated by only 1 run. Since we are getting the inning started with time on the clock, we will finish the inning. So the Hustle will come up, and then the Vita Locas will have their home half of the inning.
6 minutes.
There are 6 minutes remaining in the ball game.
So still 6 minutes to tag your favorite players. Let us know who you're rooting for and participate in the feeds on the Sin City Classic YouTube and Facebook networks.
All right, top of the fourth inning, 7-6 for the New York City Hustle. And Jasenia will lead off. Lifts one foul to the left side and out of play. They get the ball back to the pitcher, and the next pitch to Roman is a ball. 2-2. And a walk. The batter is going to be Christina Polizzi. And the first pitch is a ball. Pop-up
So Polizzi hits a single down the left field line. Safe, and that's Roman to second. That's going to bring Amy Kawashima, the right fielder, to the plate. She hit into a fielder's choice and then had a single in the third inning. And the first pitch is strike to Kawashima. 2 on and nobody out for the Hustle here in the top half of the fourth inning. Again, we're under 6 minutes here, and so we'll finish this inning, and that will probably be the game. And a foul ball down the left field line for the third strike, and Kawashima strikes out, and that's going to bring Claire Allen, the third base person, to the plate. Allen out 6-3 in the second inning, and then had a fielder's choice and was on base and scored a run in the third. Still 2 runners on. Jacinia Roman, the second base person, who flashed an impressive leather today, out at second, and Polizzi at first.
Okay.
And Allen takes the first pitch for a ball.
I'm back. Two balls and 1 strike. And the next one about to be delivered. And the pitch is a ball. So Jacinia Roman is at second and Christina Polizzi is at first.
After Allen come up the 2 San Pedros, who have been hitting or walking very well this game.
Hannah Sconey is running at first base. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up foul to the left side and out of play. See the ball, hit the ball. Exactly. And the pitch to Claire Allen is swung on and lined out into left field. Caught by the left fielder. She dropped the ball. They'll throw to third base to try to get the force out, and they do.
Good recovery out there. Really had that ball lined up. Thought she had it in her glove, bobbled it, but because the runner had a hold, they still had time to get the force at third, and she had the alertness to get it back together, pick up the ball, and throw it there.
And here is Lynn San Pedro. Here's the pitch to her.
I think that's 7 or 8-5 on the putout at third.
7-5, you're right.
Not a common one.
Not at all. First pitch is a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners at first and second. And the next one.
We are hearing beeping saying that time has expired.
Strike.
So as expected, we're going to finish this inning. And the Vita Locos will need at least 2 in the bottom half of the inning if they can hold them here.
Here's the next one. Swing and a miss.
So a very promising inning with 2 on and nobody out after the play at third and 2 strikeouts. No score from the Hustle, and we end their half of the innings with the Hustle still up by 1 run, 7-6, and the Vita Locos coming up for their half of the fourth inning.
Nevada Von Komen, Danielle Echeverria, and Nikki Cizior will bat. So they get Cizior to at least bat in this inning. She's had a hot bat so far today. Now we show the time has run out. We can hear the beeper going beep, 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 beep. We have another game to follow. It'll be the Baby Cruisers or the Baby Crushers.
Baby Crushers.
Of Santa Ana against the team that we saw at 10 o'clock this morning. The I hit that from Seattle's Rainbow League. But we have some business here that we're not done with yet.
Another one of the great supporters of the Cloud Sports Network is USGSN. That's the United States Gay Sports Network, and they invite everybody to come out and play. USGSN is America's only LGBTQ+ sports directory that promotes every league and tournament in the country. If you want to find a league or tournament by and for the LGBTQ+ community and its allies, then head over to USGSN.com. The network currently features over 1,000 LGBTQ+ leagues in over 100 cities. There are over 40 sports to pick from. So when you're ready to visit USGSN.com, go there when you're ready to play. Follow and subscribe with @USGSN on your favorite social media platforms.
1 to tie, 2 to win here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the first pitch to Nevada Van Komen is grounded slowly to the second baseman. She flips to the first baseman, and that is the first out of the bottom of the 4th.
And Jacinia Roman there again. I think she gets the MVP for the day for the New York City Hustle, especially as in the field.
Danielle Echeverria will be the next batter. She grounded to second in her only other plate appearance. The top of the order is on deck, and Nikki Ciziar, and the first pitch to Echeverria is a ball. Here is the next delivery. Illegal, but she swings at it anyway and hits a fly ball hit out into, or a base hit on out into, nope, it's a fly ball and an out.
Looked like it was caught by the right center fielder and coming over to get it. And so that is 2 down in the inning. And you are allowed to hit an illegal pitch, but it often isn't wise to, because usually you're golfing something very low, or in that case, popping up something very high.
So Nikki Ciziar will bat. She's got to draw a walk, reach a narrower hit in order to keep the game going, and the first pitch is illegal, and she did not swing at it like the previous batter did. And here is the next delivery. That's a strike. It's 2-2. 7-6 our score. The Hustle over the Vida Locas. And the next one, she swings and she grounds one to short, and it's off the shortstop's glove and into shallow center field.
I'll tell you, to hit the ball on the ground, good things happen, and it happened there for Ciziar again.
Lacey Van Komen, who has walked and hit into a fielder's choice. Let's see if she can keep the game going for her team. Dick Quesada's first pitch, swing and a miss. Breeze is picking up a little bit here in Las Vegas. 1-2 pitch, illegal.
You know, here, when somebody doesn't swing at a good pitch, good eye, good eye, good eye. When it's illegal, you hear good ear, good ear, good ear.
All right, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that is it. That's the ball game. They did get one runner on. The tying run did get on, but was not able to move beyond first base. So the final score here in our second game on the Cloud Sports Network, the New York City Hustle 7 and the Vida Locas of Yakima 6. Our next game will start in a matter of minutes. It'll be again the Baby Crushers of Santa Ana against I Hit That from Seattle. We want to thank you for being with us this morning. We will be back in a few minutes with our third game here on the Cloud Sports Network. Again, our final here in Game 2 of our broadcast schedule today, New York City Hustle 7 and the Vida Locas 4, or rather the Vida Locas 6. We'll talk to you in a few minutes here again on the Cloud Sports Network.